Hey guys, welcome to R&B Reviews. We're going to be discussing Loki episode 4, and we had a little small chat right before this, but we're going to get into it. So, what do you think about the episode?
I thought it was good. You know, it was pretty good. It was watchable for sure. It was much better than the other episodes, and I wasn't really getting mad at why it's so slow or anything like that. I actually did enjoy it, so it was good. How about you?
So, what I was saying before is I think that I thought the episode was really good. Episode 4 was really good. And I thought, like, watching it, I was saying to him that, episode 4 made me think that it could redeem the whole show. Like, if 5 and 6 are of the same caliber, then episode 4 is, like, a good sign that it could redeem, like, the rest of the show.
It could redeem the show, but...
To be the best in the series. Sorry, it could redeem the show to be best in the series.
Yeah, there's no shot of it being
you don't
the best
see,
in the series.
you said...
I feel like people don't understand WandaVision. Like, WandaVision it's a GOAT show.
I liked WandaVision. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was really good.
WandaVision is like a 9 out of 10.
But they didn't have an episode like episode 4.
Episode 4 of Loki isn't that sick.
You don't think it's that sick?
No, it's not that sick.
I thought it was that sick. Like, the one guy got, like, vaporized and then everything. I thought, honestly, when he got vaporized, I thought he was dead. The agent. Mobius.
Okay. I don't know. You're like, it's really high for you. I feel like when I was first watching it and they showed Sylvi's backstory,
yeah,
I was like, okay, this is fanfare. Like, this is the stuff that Revona talks about. So this is fanfare, and that's why people like it. And I honestly was like, I need fanfare right now. Like, this show sucks, and I'm glad they showed it because it was cool to see. But to say it's like to be better than WandaVision, it's redeemable to be better than Falcon for sure, but I don't know.
I feel like even her backstory when I was watching it, it gave me a reason to be like, nah, this is why, like.
But they didn't show much. It was nice, but they didn't show much.
Those 30 seconds were more than enough to tell me why she does what she does. But they literally showed
the castle, and they could have just taken that from they could have taken that from like a Thor movie, and they just showed the castle, and then they showed her playing with like a dragon and a ship or something.
And they took her away. Those 30 seconds were significant. I'll be honest, those 30 seconds was because in my mind I was thinking like, damn, like, her mom, dad, or whatever are off somewhere, and then they're gonna be looking for her, and they stole her away from her whole family, more than her whole family, the whole timeline. So I was watching that, I was like, damn, like, how could they do that? And then you have the guy interrogating Loki, and then Loki's just like, they're lying. I thought it was kind of funny, and he didn't believe him, obviously, but I just thought the episode was good. Like,
it's a good episode. I liked it. Okay, so. We usually wait till ask you like at the last few questions.
I can't.
What's the rating?
I can't do the rating now because
you gotta give me a rating.
I didn't think about the rating
because IGN gave it a 5.
No, I didn't. When I seen IGN give it a 5, see, if I forgot about that almost because they did it like 2 days ago. But when IGN rated it a 5, I was like, they're wilding. Because they rate other episodes like so high, and I'm like, yo, what are they doing? Like, what are they?
Yeah, their rating system's so off.
When they rated it a 5, I was like, nah, this doesn't.
Every 2K that comes out, their gaming section rates it like a 9, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, can't trust them.
I think they're getting
anime paid. Rating is weird. They have when they had Cowboy Bebop up there, I was like, yeah, that's
no, I don't know.
That's false.
They rated Cowboy Bebop.
They rated like animes, and they put like a top 10, and I think you would like their list actually because it's a lot of like old school animes.
I like old school animes, but I think that's cheating if you have a list with old school animes. Like, if you rate it, like, I like Cowboy Bebop, but I don't know.
You're making crazy claims. I'm gonna need you to give me a rating.
I don't know. I want to say like 8.5 to 9ish. Like,
8.5 to 9ish.
It felt like I was watching a movie, but. Like, I really felt like it was really good, and it felt like that episode was a movie when I was watching it. But then I don't know, like 8.5 to 9ish within the Marvel series, like
not comparing it to like anime or something. Yeah, it's not an 8.5 anime standards.
It's not anime standards.
I won't hold you to that. I'm not gonna cross.
But like 8.5, 9. It was a really good episode.
It was a 7.5.
I'm trying to think of if there was an episode like maybe the Zemo episode was better.
Yeah, you really liked the Zemo episode.
The Zemo episode was definitely better. So, and I don't know what I rated that, but I don't think I rated it 8.5 and 9. Maybe this is like an 8. I'm getting a little bit too hyped.
I gave it a 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, it's good. It was a lot of I don't know if I mentioned this before we shot, but there was a lot of fanfare for it. So, and it needed it. So, I gave it a 7.5.
Like, when you say fanfare, like, would you other than the castle?
Showing the castle was fanfare. and like the sort of the timekeeper stuff, making it more like cosmic and stuff. That was more fanfare because you're expanding beyond like Loki and the TVA.
Yeah, I think there was fanfare in terms of stuff like that, but and then Mobius bringing up the jet ski the last time, like I didn't know people like I didn't know people would look at that and be like, oh my god, like the jet ski thing, and like hang on, because the internet's like hanging on to the fact that like he wants to ride a jet ski.
So what do they think is gonna happen?
They think at the end of the episode, well now obviously like they kind of transitioned it to it, but they said at the end he's gonna be riding off in a jet ski or something like that.
Oh, like that's they have to, yeah. Like everybody says they have to, yeah. I say that too. Even when they first showed the jet ski stuff, I'm like, that's a weird thing to just have. Like he should be human, but I didn't know he was a variant. Like that was a little different. That was one of my questions. Like, what do you thought of the opening scene? And I guess you just loved it. And my bad if I'm talking a little weird or I look a little weird. It's just I had my wisdom tooth removed, so it's a little harder to speak. But my question would be, did you catch like Sylvi's hand position when they were on Lamentis and they were about to die because the moon is getting moon is landing on them? Did you catch like, so they were like sort of like falling in love or holding hands last moments? Did you catch her hand position?
No, where was it?
Her hand position was
on his hand, no?
On his forearm, in the position like she's casting something, like she's using her enchanting magic.
Actually?
Yeah, so that was the position of it. So I noticed that. Then he looks up, and then they both look at the meteors or the moon, and then the TVA agent pulls up.
Does her enchantment work on him? Didn't they get into like a fight?
They said that it doesn't work, but there's a lot of theories saying like Loki throughout the whole Lamentis episode of episode 3.
Is it an enchantment?
Loki enchanted her. That's when she was sleeping, and then she wakes up. Everything's different. He has the thing on her, but I guess with episode 4 that was proven wrong. But it could still pull up. Like they could pull up.
You don't know who's enchanting who?
Yeah, you don't know what's exactly going on.
I found it weird when he was like, the guy's like, oh, you love. Like, you're so conceited, like, you like yourself. Like, he likes her, she likes him.
Mobius and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Mobius is like, oh, Loki, you like her, don't you? And stuff like that. And I thought it was kind of funny.
That was pretty funny. I like it.
I always wondered, because when I first seen it, I was like, yo, wouldn't it be weird to like yourself? Like,
a different version of yourself?
But I like myself, but, like, maybe, I don't know. Like, if I seen, like, another red one that's, like, but there's, like, a female version of me. Like, is that weird? If I, like I don't know. I just thought... I didn't know what to think.
Well, Loki is a weird guy, so like you don't know anything of his history, and then it was thrown out that he was bisexual, but now he likes I guess bisexual can like both, but it's like if they were pushing that narrative, and then they just made him like have a straight relationship, it was weird. That's what I thought of it, but yeah, I don't know. That was a little strange.
But no, that episode was good overall. Like I think
good episode. I'm not saying
really
it's not a good episode.
I'm just saying like
it's not that
it's enough. I almost felt bad. Like I was like, dang, like I shouldn't have said that. Like there's nothing they could do, because then now I can't clip it and say I told you it was gonna be better. Because now there's a clip that shows that me saying that, oh, there's nothing they can do. Like I was gonna like if it continued across the same course, I know you would too. But I was thinking, I was like, yo, like I would just say, yo, this is garbage. This is trash. I was shocked on Reddit when people were like, the show's really good and stuff like that. I'm like, what are these guys thinking?
I actually don't get what they're.
I think they really like Loki. That's why.
Yeah, it's on the net.
That was one thing I was thinking of when I finished it.
Did you catch? So Loki says, "We don't die. We always come back." That was like the little speech he was giving Sylvi. Did you catch that at all? Like, were you paying attention when he said that? Did you see it as like a foreshadowing of the episode or anything like that?
I think when I heard that scene, like I thought it was like, oh, like they're not gonna die. Like no matter what happens, like they're not gonna die.
They're gonna live. Like yeah. So when I saw that scene, I was thinking about exactly what you thought, what you said, that he's gonna come back to the MCU timeline.
Yeah.
Like the main timeline, he's gonna come back in because he's specifically telling us we don't die, we always come back.
I actually wanted to ask you something. So on the moon scene at the end, when they finally get like the portals to like walk through the portals and come back into like the right timeline, we were talking about this, like it wouldn't make sense. On Lamentis, like at the very end, we said it wouldn't make sense for the TVA to save them if they're about to die anyway. Like, it would make zero sense, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, what happens? The TVA saves them. But did they explain away like why they chose to save? They said that like, oh, we can't find them. Oh, they're on this timeline. but the variation like went higher and higher and higher.
Yeah, so they said like that they were on Lamentus, and there was a variant issue where like the branch timeline was increasing.
Yeah.
Even when removing those two, it was still increasing. So now they had to figure out, like, now they had to question them. What
Was
did
it
you guys
increasing
do?
after they came back?
After they came back, they're like, what did you guys do? Like, why is this still going on? So they had to answer those questions. It never really got brought back to that.
But if they were gonna die, wouldn't it go away?
I guess that's a risk to take, because now they did remove them.
Yeah.
Right, from the situation, and the branch is still going.
Crazy.
It's still going up. But the thing is, like, if it's an apocalypse, like, the branch doesn't matter. Like, whatever happens there doesn't matter.
So shouldn't like.
But I guess they can just explain it by like Sylvie bombing the timeline. So maybe that's the reason why them being in an apocalypse now is different.
Sylvie's just different.
Yeah, she's
maybe, I don't know. I was gonna ask you, because I know you always look at like the little things like that and it'll be like this that. So I was like, you know what? If anyone knows, it would be Brenda.
Yeah, so I think they're just gonna say the explanation is like her bombing the timeline changes the rules. How if you go into apocalypse, it still matters. Like maybe now that's not an apocalypse anymore. Maybe it crashes in, but civilization still lives, or something like that. I don't know. It's weird.
I doubt it, but.
I had a question for you with the scene where Mobius goes into the judge, Revona.
Yeah.
And they start talking, and she's like, "Oh, where would you be on the time? Like, where would you want to go on the timeline, and when?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a silly question. How about you answer the real questions? Am I a variant?" He doesn't come out with it, but he's like leaning towards it. He's like, "What about this? What happened to CT?" And then she's like dodging, and she's like, "Don't worry about it." Her brains are scattered. She
was speaking. I couldn't even understand her, is what she said.
Yeah, like, she had to die, and then things like that. So he knows he's trying to fish for something, right? But she doesn't want to say anything. But she's leaning a lot towards like the relationship now. Before she was like, "You're one of my agents." Now it's like, "Oh, you're my favorite." She comes out and says like, "You're one of my favorites. You're a good friend." Blah blah blah. She's leaning towards that because she doesn't want Mobius to keep digging.
Yeah.
That was a little weird. Was it like? Did you see that? Like, what is she hide? Why is she hiding something? What does she have?
To be honest, that's a good point, because she used to be like an agent, just like Mobius was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like something along the lines of like Mobius, and it goes back to what you said about like, aren't the guards on like a higher level? It looks like you might start out as a guard and then like go to like agent and then go up to like a judge or whatever.
But what happens when you're at the highest level?
I don't know, but I guess that she's at the highest level, because she walked into like the room with like the timekeepers, and it didn't seem like nothing to her. So like, I felt like there's something to hide, but I feel like she's just on the side that works with the timekeepers. Like, so she knows the truth, but she's like, you know what? I'm choosing the side of the timekeepers than like the other employees.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So I think that's why she's choosing it. But
what do you think happened to the judge? In the Sylvie flashback, in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Like when she gets Revona is actually the guard, and then there's another judge. There's a guy, a white male guy.
Like what happened to that judge?
What happens to him? Like
maybe he's like, honestly, I didn't think too much of it. I was just thinking maybe he was like, they have multiple judges.
I thought they did, but they never show anybody else.
Anyway, yeah, but I thought just maybe this is her office and she's one of many judges, but she's just the one that works on like the cases that we have. But they didn't show anyone else. So
there's another like annoying question that keeps bothering me. So she said, "Where and when would you go on the timeline?" Like she says, we've been everywhere on the timeline, right? But in the first few episodes of them explaining the TVA and the timekeepers, they said the TVA controls and stops any branches of the timeline that the timekeepers have unraveled.
Yeah.
So say they're in like year 4000, and that's where the timekeepers are still unraveling things.
Yeah.
Anything beyond from 4000 back to the start of the universe, the timekeepers, the TVA, are responsible for stopping any branches. Yeah. Correct. So how can she say we've been to every timeline, like every time we've seen it all? Like that doesn't make sense, because they also said at the end at the end when the timekeepers are done, they're gonna meet at the end in order and like peace or something.
I thought like I don't know. Maybe like she meant I assumed it was just a time that like they've been in, like, but like they haven't seen like the future. but like the time that they've been in. But now I'm thinking like everything the TVA is a lie.
It's just all false.
So like, and then like they think that whatever rules and constraints that they have, like they probably live in like a regular timeline, like, or like a timeline, but they have the opportunity to jump between the other timelines, but they think that they're so different.
And remember when I was saying like the timeline isn't just like the MCU timeline, but there's still multiverses in that timeline.
Yeah.
And some of them can astray. So when Sylvie, she gets adopted and she goes to live in Asgard, that's the same timeline, but just in a different universe as Loki.
Yeah. So
Loki's there, Sylvie's there, there's still a thing, but I guess she does something that makes her branch off differently. So in terms of a timeline, like imagine it being like a pipe, there's still different wires as different universes. So that's how I was imagining it, and I feel like I'm correct in that aspect, but with MCU, you never know. They could change it on me.
I don't think they'll change the timeline, but I think they'll explain certain things, and then the TVA, they'll be like, oh, this was fake. Like, you guys lied about this. But they still didn't show us, like, you know how you said, oh, are we going to get to see the timekeepers?
Yeah.
And then, technically, I don't know if those, like, there are still 3 timekeepers, but technically, we didn't get to see them. Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Like, you could say, yeah, we seen them, but they were robots. Or you could say we didn't see the timekeepers.
So the characters assumed there are no timekeepers. That's what, like, Loki and Sylvie assumed.
Yeah.
When I saw like the robot head, I was like, oh, okay, they're not there, but they're around somewhere.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
I thought they were around somewhere.
Yeah.
Or there's one person like ruling this whole like TVA thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I guess episode 5 and 6 have to be bangers, and we gotta.
When they're bangers.
This episode, I feel like gave me more questions than
answers.
It was really.
And they had like the fight, and Loki wasn't fighting like a scrub.
Yeah, he was fighting real. This time he was taking on 2 guards at one time, no problem. But a Walmart man had him shaking it.
And yeah, that's why I didn't. That made no sense. But then the only way I can rationalize it is if Sylvie she controls him, so she's fighting with the same like tenacity. That was the only. When I was watching, I was like, "There's no way." Like it just didn't make sense. I was like, "Wait, what if Sylvie can?" But I don't think that's the case. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was the only reason I could think of. Hunter B15. She went from number 1 enforcer of the TVA rules to now asking Sylvie for help and explaining what memory she has.
Because she doesn't like being lied to. It's like when you work for a company for so long and then you realize like, oh, everything they said is a lie. When they say like, we take care of our employees, and then you win like a pizza party and you wanted a raise. Like I understood why she did what she did. I still think of the TVA as like one of those companies that you work for that like you don't really rock with.
Yeah, but like, see, that's her fault. Like she put 100% of her faith into an organization that they wouldn't even give you answers on what they're doing. So like, it's your fault.
Maybe she didn't have questions.
Yeah, that's your fault.
She was just doing her job day to day. She's like, like, I'm trying to catch these variants. I'm trying to be a judge. And then
how can you like enforce rules that you don't know why it has to be enforced?
I don't know. Maybe she's one of those annoying people at work.
100%. And that brings me to another thing. When Mobius got smoked by Revona, like Revona said, she packed him so easily. Yeah, she did. And then when she did that, I'm like, that's why you can never trust
a coworker,
a work friend. Like,
no booze.
A work friend is I guess is a friend when you're at work, but they will always choose the job over you. Like,
someone said work friends don't exist.
That job is way more important because they'll choose that job over you as a friend because you're not a friend. You're there at work, and then maybe after work you might get my mini golf or something like that. But
that's like the max of it.
Yeah, because these guys are not gonna choose you over their job.
Do you think Revona knows that like they don't die? If like they're spoilers, but do you think Revona knows they don't die?
I don't think so.
Cause she packed them too easily.
But she like moved her head and she like looked like I don't think she knows because how would she? That's true. She thought those robots were actual timekeepers, or at least she was in fear like they were actually real. That's
true, but I think you're right. But like if she did, then she's a demon because she packed them. She's like, I'm sorry, and And she didn't even like. She could have arrested him. Like they arrested the Lokis. They didn't even pack. They didn't even try to pack the Lokis.
She can't let the information get out when it's like a CEO telling his assistant something, and the assistant's like ratting to everybody saying, "Yo, this company's corrupt. Like you gotta
give them an NDA."
Yeah, 100%. They had to pack Mobius. Did you see them packing Loki? Like I didn't see that part coming when Loki got hit.
I didn't expect Loki to go back, but then like when he woke up and he was in the what's, you know what I thought?
Different dimension or realm.
So when he first got packed, I was like, oh, they're gonna give us. I thought Sylvi was gonna be the main Loki.
Oh, I didn't think that.
So I was like, Sylvi's gonna be the main Loki, or they're gonna have like Sylvi didn't get packed, so I was like, Sylvi's gonna end up being the main Loki of the MCU. That was my main thought, right? Then I was like, maybe they might find another Loki from another timeline and he's gonna be replaced. But then when they went back and they're like, Loki was in like the other world in the end credits. You make sure you watch the end credits, by the way. I thought that was like sick, like with the other, like when you seen the other Lokis, like did you know those Lokis? Like did those Lokis mean anything to you?
They don't mean anything to me, but they're probably like different. Like there's probably one comic book with these guys in there. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's pretty entertaining. There's like a black Loki. There's a kid with a goat, and then there's like a old bald guy. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. But
apparently the alligator is a Loki too.
There's an alligator. I didn't even see an alligator.
I'll put up like the clip.
Picture.
Yeah.
So when Loki gets packed, I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. But there's like no worry from me whatsoever that
is gonna be like it's
gonna be like an actual death. Like I was like, no, he's coming back. There's 100% no shot of him like not being in the show. Like don't get me wrong, like Sylvi's cool, but she cannot be a main Loki. Like no. Tom Hiddleston is the guy. He's the man. So like
I thought he was gonna be replaced. Like so your thought was like, oh, how are they gonna bring him back?
Yeah, I was like, no, it wasn't. I didn't even think of that. I was just watching. I was like, he's not dead for sure. I wonder how they're gonna bring him back. I wasn't even like making theories. I was just like, I wonder how. That's how the episode was a 7.5 because it wasn't making me go straight to theories like WandaVision was doing. Watch WandaVision.
Because you thought too much. Because
this was alright. You know, it's like on a scale of like strategy and like making you think, it's like it's like a 6.
And they had Loki when he was back in like the kingdom, and they put him in a time loop.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that part. Lady Sif, I love Lady Sif. She comes back and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a terrible person. She's like, okay, picks him up, does the same thing over and over again.
Do you think they programmed her to say some of those things, or is that actually what she would say?
No, that situation happened apparently.
No, but like after she said didn't he say something? And she's like, "This is why you'll never have any friends.
This is why you will end up alone."
But she didn't kick him at the last time.
No, she didn't. But like, so it's a time loop, but they don't program her. They just put him on a time loop.
Oh, okay.
And whatever's meant to happen happens, regardless. So, yeah, it was cool. I like that. It was a cool little. That was another fan thing. Bring back Lady Sif. I like her. Did you end up for the end credits scene? Did you see where they are exactly? Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, but I read it on Reddit. Like they said that they might be like so someone said that there was an Avengers Tower in the background, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But what they did say is like a battle of somewhere, like a battle of something, and then that place is a place where they like won a battle, like the Lokis like won a battle or something like that. Not the Lokis.
They want to battle, or they won.
Loki won a battle there, or there was a battle, and this is a universe where Loki would have won that battle, and this is what I think Asgard would look like. And then there's someone else that said they might have seen a Stark Tower in the background. I'm not too sure, but I think it was it's Asgard, but if Loki had taken over Asgard.
That's why it's all like it looks like a ruin.
Yeah, I think that's what it's something about a battle and them winning the battle. And then like they're saying that place takes you to somewhere where you would want to be when you get stabbed. But that's what Reddit said.
I have to double check on that because I didn't actually see
there's like
anything.
stuff in the background.
Yeah, I gotta like pause it and like look back. since I said like I knew Loki doesn't die. I didn't have any thoughts on Mobius. Do you think Mobius is completely gone?
No. 100% no.
Why
He's
not?
probably in a spot with other Mobiuses.
Maybe, but then
I think he's in the same exact situation as Loki.
so
As soon as I seen Loki there, I was like, oh, Mobius is alive.
so what would Loki? But then that means everybody that got hit with that is alive.
Isn't they're in their own world of their own?
And they have a chance to come back, or they what? How do you figure?
I think they would. However, Loki comes back. That's how they would come back.
But they don't come back because then there would be too many people and there'd be a variant again.
Well, they're just gonna have to put them back in their own.
I assume everybody gets a chance to come back, but they're all like really bad at it, and they like say it's an issue with mentally, like they just can't get over coming back. They don't even think of it. They just assume they're dead. Loki is an exception because he's always trying to come back, and the show foreshadowed it in the beginning when saying
we always come back.
Yeah, Loki doesn't die. We always come back. So he's gonna have to come back. But Mobius, like for the show, maybe. But overall, like I don't know. He might be dead. He might be gone.
I feel like hold up. I pulled it up to show you. So these are the two. There's one tower there. I don't know what. You can't
zoom in. Oh damn. Okay.
But there's one tower there, and then there's another picture. And hold up, this picture will...
So you ruined the episode for yourself, or next week's episode, by just...
This looks kind of Asgardian.
True.
It's not
and he has the hammer.
That's the background.
He has the hammer.
Oh yeah, he has Thor's hammer.
He was...
Wait, is that Thor's hammer?
Maybe it's in his timeline, maybe he takes it from Thor, or he becomes what Thor could have been, etc., etc. It could be anything.
The black Loki looks sick, I can't lie to you.
Is he just because he's black?
No, because he has the fur. He has he has a Baron Zemo fur. He has.
He looks mad old.
Yeah, he does look older. He looks older than the other ones. Like I feel like I could watch a TV show off of these other Lokis, and then there is like someone with a alligator.
You can count me out for that one. What do you?
But I didn't think it was a Loki. I thought it was like Loki's pet.
Okay, yeah.
But
what do you expect going forward? Like happening 2 more episodes.
I expect us to see the Lokis collab, but try and trick each other. But I expect this to be another sick episode because you have all these other Lokis and them talking to each other, and then Loki being like, "Yo, I gotta work with an alligator. Like, come on, what is this?"
Okay, just a quick question. So 1 and 2 episodes stinked, right? They were terrible, correct?
1 and 2 episodes, yeah.
Third one was mediocre.
But 1 we gave a leeway to because it was a set like beginning. We said that's a set.
I'm just clarifying.
So 1 and 2 were
3 was mediocre.
3 was
4 was really
mediocre on the good side. Like okay, so
4 6 out of half, 6.5. That's what you rated it.
Yeah.
4 was 8, I guess.
Yeah.
And 5 and 6 say they're like 9s.
Yeah.
Would you say that the payoff was worth it? Because you're really hyped about it right now.
I don't know because I have to see like 5 and 6. Like if they made 5 and 6 good, then I'll be like, yeah, the payoff is worth it.
You're saying this is an 8. I'm telling you, not a 5 and 6 is going to be a 9. Both of them, 100%.
Yeah, I think I would say it was
like, worth it.
Yeah,
okay, I just needed that note in. We have video, and audio
why would it be
evidence.
worth it if it was like a 9?
Hey man,
I'll say, hey, watch.
I'm just
1 and 2 are
questioning
gonna
things.
be boring. You could skip the episode 2 if you really wanted to. Well, you could skip episode 2. You could watch episode 1, skip episode 2.
Yeah, I'm just questioning things. I just wanted to note it down for maybe a different argument later down the road.
Okay.
Overall, I don't know what's gonna happen next.
You really don't feel like. Okay, my bad. Say what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna.
You think you're gonna ask me if this is really not an 8? It's not an 8.
No, but like you don't think it could come back? Like you don't watch.
Oh, it could come back, but WandaVision was really good. I feel like people don't. I guess people either didn't understand it, or the fan theories ruined it for them, and maybe that was my fault because we went over a lot. Or it's just like a recency bias. Like it was just so far away. Like we watched it when December, January.
It is. I can't lie. Recency bias does affect me a lot when it comes to
so this is like. Well, like, just I know the emotions I was feeling when I was going week to week. I was like, bro, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, that'd be sick. Oh, this ties into this. I'm like, okay. Like now, like I was watching Elizabeth Olsen's video.
Yeah.
She was just like on an interview, and she was saying the prop guy had her wine bottle.
Yeah.
The label have it in a different language or Latin or something like that. I'm not sure, and it pretty much said House of Madness. So that relates back to the comic of House of M, which is some of it was taken, like majority of it was taken from House of M comic series. So those things are like really sick to me because there's like really tied in well, really detailed, has a lot of depth. Like Loki is really good, but like it's like it has so much effect on the timeline, but they could also just wash it away and say it's like pointless, or like it's not really comic book driven. And Loki is not a guy like Loki isn't a guy like Scarlet Witch is. Like Scarlet Witch as a character is disgusting. Like she's a Nexus being. Like she's the MCU timeline that we watch. She is the single person that can change that universe, but not be changed herself. She can go into different multiverses. I don't know. She's strong. She's sick. I don't know. It doesn't touch it for me.
That's crazy.
At all.
So what do you think, since you're the theories guy, right? Mm-hmm. And you obviously, the reason why you like WandaVision more is not because you've got so many of the theories right on WandaVision, whereas Loki, you haven't gotten as much theories right. You go on WandaVision, you did really well with the theories.
Yeah.
On Loki,
but this one, there's no point. Like
Loki, not so much.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's any correlation to why you don't like this as much. Not to say
I didn't make any theories. It didn't give me the vibe to go look for Easter eggs.
I feel like there's a theory.
It didn't give me vibes to look at Easter eggs. It didn't give me vibes to want to watch the show specifically, like looking for theories. I was just watching. Even when I watch online,
I guess you had questions. You didn't have theories.
Yeah, when I go online, it's like I don't have what's it called? I don't see people making theories. I see people predicting what's going to happen next, but they don't have like actual theories on the show, or like Mephisto's coming, or this guy's here.
Yeah.
Like nothing like that. Like and it's pretty much basically saying it's not tied into the comics. Like I can make theories off of comics because there's different versions of comics and there's different characters.
Okay.
This one's not really tied into comics.
So what do you think is going to happen next?
Damn. I don't know. Loki's coming back. that's for sure.
100%.
There's gonna be like some comedy between him and the other Lokis.
Which is gonna be funny.
Which is gonna be cool. I don't know if there's gonna show us like an actual timekeepers. Timekeepers are real in the comics. I don't know if they're gonna show us that. So
they could not show us that, and I would still be good with the show.
Yeah, it would just be lame. Like you've been talking about timekeepers since the first episode. I can't see them, and that was lame for other shows too, like Falcon and Thing. Not because of the shows themselves. Like they weren't talking about Mephisto, they weren't talking about Doctor Strange, but like we were theorizing.
Yeah,
that was what's fun. Apparently, Doctor Strange was supposed to make a cameo as like the medicine guy in the commercials for WandaVision.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be there. But they took him out for whatever reason.
That's crazy. I feel, I don't know. I actually don't know what to think. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know. It's like
I think
whatever
it'll be
happens.
good though.
What I don't get is like our friend Aaron, like he loved Loki.
He said 1 and 2. He said that he knew they were variants.
He said that he knew they were variants, and we'll give it to him. Like maybe he did. Like his theory made sense. Mm-hmm. But like loving 1 and 2, like
he's a.
If even when I know where it's going, like it's like, oh, all right, like this is kind of boring. Like you can do something better. He knew it was
going to be a setup episode.
Yeah, we all knew it was going to be setup episodes. Like it's the first 2 episodes. Falcon was like that too. They were just not good episodes to watch. Like you can make setup episodes interesting to like pay attention to for a little bit. Like I was pausing this, making Snapchats like, bro, like what am I doing right now?
I actually didn't want to watch the show.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Really, yeah, like I fell asleep. I had to rewatch it because I didn't really watch the show the first time, and like, no, they were actually really bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I like their show, and I like Loki as a character, so I'm not gonna like badmouth it to make WandaVision look better. But WandaVision, like, it stands out. Like, I feel like WandaVision should win some awards. Like they were really good, really well done.
Award winning? I think it was.
I think they already did win awards, to be honest.
And it was interesting how they did the show, but
yeah, I feel bad for the director actually, because he had to hide a lot of the stuff from the viewers, create something really interesting, make an MCU timeline canon, have the character development change. I don't know. He had like a lot on his plate, so I respect that. It was good. Loki's a really good show too, so I don't want to badmouth it continuously. I don't have
until we
anything
see episode 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Apparently, the actor, Loki, he said that episode 4 and 5 were his favorite.
4 and 5?
Yeah.
He didn't say 6?
No, he didn't say 6.
Interesting. No,
which is interesting.
Note that down.
As soon as I read that, I was like, oh, 6 isn't a good episode then. But then you can only say so many episodes, right?
Yeah, well, like normally, even if you're just pushing the show, like if you're like, you know how they go on like press releases, even if you're pushing a show, you're still saying like 4, 5, and 6. Like they were my favorite. You're not gonna say
that's 3 though. Like that's like.
So to me, I'm taking that as he's being honest. 4 and 5 were his favorites, and that's probably because he's gonna be more like comedic and I don't know, say things.
He gets to be the character that he wants to play.
Yeah. 6 would be a little weird, but this is canon. Like, why do we need a Loki show that's canon? Meaning he has to come back, right? Like,
that's true.
I still think my idea was like, or my thought of what this show was gonna be is a little bit better. Like him jumping through timelines. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could have met Sylvi because he kept jumping through different timelines.
That would be cooler.
Yeah.
Maybe even make a mark on like some of the spots that who are the guys that like travel the galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy have been or something like that. Something like cool like that.
Him like so much potential. Just show up or show up. He can survive in space.
Literally show up where somewhere that they've been and be like, oh, Thor's been here, and then like, cause Thor thinks he's dead, but oh no.
You know how Loki. Sick that would be? Like he's within the episode. He's trying to get away from the TVA. He uses the space stone, travels through like a different dimension to a different like time, and he lands into the ship of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they're like, who the fuck is this guy? He just
that would be funny.
Why are people just coming through our ship? And then Drax is like, he's still cool, he's still stronger than you or whatever, some stupid shit. And then Rocket would be Rocket, just Thor's cameos
with them too.
And then like Thor could be with them or Thor couldn't be, and he's like I can't escape Thor. Anyway, anything I do, like he ties me back to Thor.
Isn't he supposed to be with the Guardians of the Galaxy right now?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So
his movie's gonna start out with that.
I understand why they can't do that because of money.
100%.
They could at least be like, he could at least be somewhere and be like, oh my god, Thor was here. Like, not oh my god, but like, yo, like Thor was really in this room. Like,
or they could have like, you know, when Thor's passed out, like Guardians pick him up right after Thanos destroys that ship, right?
Yeah.
And he's unconscious. You can like zap him into that scene.
Yeah.
And then have like Thor on the bed.
Yeah.
But like just a stunt actor. And then it shows Loki, and Loki's like, I can't escape this fucker.
Yeah, everywhere that would be sick.
And then the other guy's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, the TVA is out. You don't understand. I gotta go. I mean, just some stuff like that. It'd be so cool to see, but they chose this route, so.
Marvel needs to hire you as a writer.
100%, man.
They're fumbling the bag. Marvel, listen, if you're watching this.
No, I don't know, bro. Writing stuff is mad hard. Like, you gotta give respect to these guys. This is tough.
I would never do it.
Like, I was trying to write the anime, and I was like, writing the anime is so hard because I'm stuck on the names, and it's been like 2-3 years. I can't even think of names, and it's too hard to take inspiration from something but not copy it.
Yeah, it is.
That's ridiculous.
I guess you have to build. I don't know how they do it. I actually don't know, but that's.
Do you have any crazy predictions for Loki? You know, you're hoping for.
I think it's gonna be really good. Like, I think the next episode is gonna be really good. I think episode 6 is gonna be like corny. I think episode 6 is gonna be really corny.
Probably.
So I don't think episode 6 would like be super sick. I think it's gonna have a corny ending, and then it's gonna have a jet ski.
Do you think? It's gonna have jet ski. Do you think Sylvi is gone, or do you think Sylvi survives?
I think Sylvi. Oh, I think she survives.
I think her timeline survives and she dies.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think she's gonna sacrifice herself for her timeline?
Yeah.
I hope she meets her mom. Well, Loki's mom.
Her mom, she's adopted.
Dad. Well, yeah, but she's adopted, but she still likes her mom.
Yeah, her mom might be Hela.
Hela's Loki's mom. Well, Hela's Loki's step or adopted mom, no?
Hela is Loki's sister. The adopted sister.
Really? I don't know these Loki characters. I don't know these characters. I'm actually shocked.
It's just MCU characters. Like, Hela was in Ragnarok. Yeah. Ragnarok. She's like the villain of Ragnarok.
Oh, she can't be Sylvi's mom.
She in the comics, Hela. So you know when Hela explains her storyline with Odin, she says me and Odin like conquered the 9 realms, and then he went soft and he threw me to the side. He throws Hela to, I forget the Heim that they have, but it's he tosses her to hell, and like and locks her there. And
I remember this character.
Yeah, so in her Sylvi's timeline, it could be, it's not confirmed, but in the comics it could be, she surpasses Odin, and Odin like falls off or dies, and she conquers the 9 realms she conquers with him, and then he dies, and then she rules the 9 realms. She defeats Jotunheim's frost giants, and then sees a baby, and then picks the baby up. It's Sylvi, and then takes her back.
Oh, that could. Oh, to be honest, that's a pretty good one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it was really good. Like a lot of people have that like online, but like I don't know if they're gonna show us.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but I
don't think it's too expensive to hire that actress for Hela.
I don't think
you can do that for sure.
I don't think we will see it, but I think it would be cool to see it.
What does this do for any of like the future films? Like how does we know WandaVision ties into Doctor Strange. Falcon has Captain America. What does Loki
do? I don't know.
People honestly, are saying Ant-Man.
I don't really like the Thor movies, the Thor parts. I never really liked like Thor 1 and 2. I didn't like, but I like Ragnarok. Obviously, Ragnarok was sick.
It was funny. It was funny.
It was funny. Everything about Ragnarok.
Is it just because Thor like first films weren't funny to you?
They're I feel like Ragnarok and Thor 1 and 2 are completely different films.
They're completely different, like, yeah.
So Thor 1 and 2, I just watching it, I was like, nah, the story wasn't interesting.
A lot of people didn't like Thor 2 Dark World. They're like, it was boring, it was bland.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I just like Thor movies. I really liked Thor 1 because it was like, you got to see Asgard, you got to see Odin, you get to see like Loki, the Frost
Giants.
Frost Giants. No, what? How did they travel?
The Bifrost.
Bifrost, yeah. And then Heimdall just like his eyes and played by either self. Like he's just sick. So I like Thor. Like I liked all the Thor movies. I know why people don't like Thor 2, but overall like I enjoyed them.
Mm-hmm. That honestly, I can't. When it comes to the Thor movies, I'm not a big fan, but I guess it is what I can see why people like the Thor movies and why they like Loki. I just can't get that from the Thor movies. So what this does for the movies in general, like it wouldn't do anything that I can think of, right? But I'm not watching it thinking like, oh, this might do something for the movies. I'm watching it thinking like, this is like I like the show. Like, do I like this show or not? Like it could end without Loki ever coming back. And I could still think it's like really good because Thor isn't even part of like Asgard anymore. Asgard's gone, to be honest. So Loki wasn't really my favorite character. Where I was like, oh, I want to see where he goes next, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'd rather see Baron Zemo than see Loki, if I'm being honest with you.
Are you saying Loki or Thor?
I'd rather see Baron Zemo than Loki. Thor, I like his new character, this new revitalized character. He's mad funny. But Loki doesn't fit anywhere within the MCU.
Yeah, I can't see any other movies like. Thor 4 is going to start out with the Guardians of the Galaxy. How do you tie Loki in? I guess the time travel stuff. I don't know. It's a little
even
weird.
Their brotherly like bond isn't like that something that I was like really that interested in. Like their charisma and stuff like that, and the characters and who they are, it never really like stuck with me.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I have no thoughts. Okay.
But
we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to tune in for episode 5 and then come back here and discuss that.
Say less. If you guys are watching, wait, can I check out?
Yeah, check out, bro.
If you guys are watching this, we appreciate it. The link should be below with like all the podcast links. If you don't like to watch, I always forget. We should say this in the beginning.
Yeah, we got Apple Music and we got Spotify as well
and everything. So no, I interrupted you.
So yeah, we got Apple Music and Spotify as well. If you wanted to check us out there, leave us a comment for any suggestions on like what topic we should do, because we only have 2 more episodes of Loki, so we can do like anime or TV show or something.
No, we have 1 more episode of the movie Black Widow.
Oh yeah,
it comes out July. I don't know when it comes out.
Okay, so it does come out this it comes out this month, soon. But we do have to have some other content.
It's July 8th.
That's mad soon.
That's before Loki even ends.
Okay, so we'll have that for you as well. 2 Loki episodes, 1 Black Widow. We're working on a way to get Fast and Furious reviewed as well. So just just tune in for that. We'll have them. Have your notifications set on. Like, comment, and subscribe. But we'll see you next week.
Easy, guys.
Peace.